Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear us? Hello.
Hello, hello.
Is it
It's
good
okay?
sound?
Because
Okay,
from
good.
the mask maybe I'm not very clear.
You're pretty good.
Okay.
So are we streaming on YouTube now? Okay. You might also, if Alan Huang is there, if he's not, it's okay. But if he is, you can make him interpreter.
It looks like YouTube is pretty glitchy.
What?
YouTube is pretty glitchy.
In what sense? Sorry, we'll just give us a moment here. We're just testing things out.
I think there's not enough internet to.
Smooth streaming. Poor. Let's see. Okay.
Zoom is fine. I don't think YouTube.
A little glitchy. It's okay. Their video will be not so great, but that will be okay.
Okay.
We're recording though with Zoom, so we'll have the audio recording. 好，我们大家请坐. If you can, is the camera too high in terms of the?
I think
It's okay.
It's getting the three amitabhas in the back. Unless you want to get your legs in.
Not your leg, but maybe from here.
Yeah, no,
You're here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Right there.
So good morning, everyone. We're back here from Snow Mountain Monastery. We have three monks here. Dharma Master Jing Xiao, Tofo, Dharma Master Jing Wei is back from Poland. We weren't usually going to stream today, but we thought give it a try just to test it out. So I appreciate everyone's patience. What we usually do is start with the reflections on universal well-being. For those who are not familiar with it, that's a reflections on the four boundless hearts of loving kindness, compassion, appreciative joy, and equanimity. And so invite you just to listen if you're not familiar with it. Otherwise, please chant along. Okay, you want to?
May I abiding well-being in freedom from affliction, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may I maintain well-being in myself. May everyone abiding well-being in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may they maintain well-being in themselves. May all beings release from all suffering, and may they not be parted from the good fortune they have attained. When they act upon intention, all beings are the owners of their action, and inherit its results. Their future is born from such action, companion to such action, and its result will be their home. All actions with intention, be they skillful or harmful, of such acts they will be the heirs. So welcome everyone from the Snow Mountain Monastery, this Index, Washington, close to Seattle. We just arrived yesterday evening from the long journey from Berkeley, but for me it was even longer journey. I started 2 days ago the travel from my home city Białystok, close to Belarus border, moved to Warsaw, from Warsaw to Amsterdam, from Amsterdam to San Francisco, repacked, and we were on the road again, right? With the stop in Pacific Hermitage, what is the branch of Abhayagiri Monastery. And the theme of our the trip and this retreat, in the retreat, we have retreats in the retreats, is filiality, to pay respect to the teachers, to the lineage, to the parents. And also, some of you knows that I'm travel, right? I stay almost a week, 6 days, exactly in my home city. And the reason was also filiality, to say goodbye to my dying grandma. On the way back, when I was have a transfer flight in Amsterdam to Warsaw, I have 5 hours of time to next fly, and I decided for this time I will recite the Earthstore Sutra in behalf of my grandma. And it was interesting, at the time was a very strong storm and wind in Europe, and particularly Netherlands. So our gates was changed 4 times, and at some point I was waiting in the gate, kind of facing the huge glass window, and seeing that every 10 seconds departing flights, and reciting the Earthstore in the front of me. And it was quite interesting, came to my heart, metaphor of our life as a journey. We change the destinies based of our karma, based of our vows, and we booked our flights, right? And depends of our deeds. And today in the night, I think it was 1:30, I received an information that my grandma departure too. She finally passed away at 12:11 in the hospital. And of course, let me and have an opportunity to reflect on my visit, and have a privilege and chance to meet her again, and she was alive. It was interesting that whole more than 20 hours of flying and journey let me see her for 20 minutes in very unusual, unexpected circumstances. So my grandma finally was diagnosed with COVID, although her conditions was heart problems and the lung problems. But because of the COVID, she was moved to special COVID hospital with a lot of restrictions. One of them was that was no visitors, right? And when I arrived, and my aunt, her daughter, and myself, we went to this hospital, have a chance to speak to the doctor. And she says that to me, that I cannot allow you to go to see your grandma because the COVID cases increased radically. Many patients were received and in the hospital. But she says, please call me next day. And I called next day, and she says, I try my best. I do everything what I can to allow you to see your grandma. And it was quite touching to see her personal, to become a kind of personal support from her. And on Monday, I call again. She says, you can see your grandma after 2 p.m. So I was in the city center. I remember going to the park, sit there on the one of the bench and recite Great Compassion mantra, kind of preparing myself to the last visit. Took a bus and entered the hospital, and when I entered to this hospital department, first what really kind of almost hit me, the caring atmosphere. All the staff, nurses, doctors, are very gentle, very caring. The sense of a kind of very deep service to all the patients there. They told me I have 15 minutes. They give me a special suit and all the gears. It almost took me 20 minutes to wear the special suit, whole suit, the hat, the protections gear for my shoes, and other protections gears. It was the whole procedure to protect me to be infected by COVID. And finally allows me to get into this special place. You almost like enter to kind of spaceship. It's quite striking. And they say, your grandma is lying. She's in the room number 2. So I entered this room. She was there next to the window and 2 other patients. You barely can see me because I was covered, whole my body was covered, my face was, maybe my eyes can be only seen. Of course I have mask, a face shield, and she immediately recognized me. She says, oh, Marek, this is my lay name. And so I'm so happy, Grandma, to see you. She was very happy for a moment, but later I can witness how difficult is her situation. She was connected to oxygen, to some machine that's maintain her life, basically. It was kind of supporting her heart, special pump. And it was maybe 20 minutes, our interaction. I told her, I came here to say thank you, and I'm so grateful for all you've done for me. All the kindness, care, gentleness I receive you. Thank you, Grandma, for all your life. And I told her, don't worry about us. We are okay. We are safe. You can completely let go. And was a pause. I asked her, are you ready? She palms together. She couldn't speak because too difficult to breathe for her. Just palms together and kind of bow. I said to her, please pray, and I also will pray for you. I will be with you. And she put palms together again. At this point I saw that maybe no words are needed. I just step back and recite the mantras, Great Compassion mantra, the Mart of Rebirth in the Pure Land. Just recite. And after a while I says to her, bye, Grandma, and left the room. Next to her was another patient in very bad condition. The COVID was very real there, right? It's no doubt what's going on and how people suffer from this disease. It's interesting, I left the room, the doctor came and says to me, I ask, do you think I'm safe? Because my parents are a little bit worried I'm in the COVID circumstances. She kind of look at my eyes, gently smile. She says, higher power protect you. Don't worry. Everything is fine. And my whole body was very sweat because the suit cannot breathe. So it was quite not easy. And she says, we are staying here 4 hours in this department for any shift. So I left and have had this impression of the gratitude basically for my grandma's life knowing, I told her, I know that I cannot be around, but fact that all the staff, nurses and doctors so much carry about all patients and her, I can live with peace in my heart. She's in good care. Her good life led her to good circumstances in the end. And I think that she left in the night. It was very peaceful death. And in my heart is just gratitude for everything what I received from her. And of course I remind her that all of us are in the same boat, right? Birth and death. And the question how we prepare for this, how it takes our life any moment and live fully with kindness and compassion and prepare to the final journey. I see the time is up, so maybe this is a short sharing. I probably few next times will also this is I speaking from my heart just directly and unprepared almost, because I have a few hours of sleep during this night and still processing what's happened to her, what's happened to me and to our family. And this is the real Dharma. The real Dharma is happening in the front of our eyes, in our hearts. So this is it. And
you might just say one thing. I know some of us know, but others might not. But Jing Weishi's grandma, you could say, is like his mother to a large extent, because his mom left him when he was 10. I think your parents got divorced, and then she left the country from Poland, came to the United States. And so when Jing Weishi grew up, his grandma served as, you could say, his mother figure. So it's very, very close and had a very, you could say, caring relationship. I can attest to it that over the years being with Jing Weishi, wherever he reflected on loving kindness, his grandmother was close at hand. She was his kind of embodiment of this unconditional care. And so at this time I can see that Jing Weishi's, just this morning he said that his grandmother passed away. And I'm sure he would need some time to kind of process that. And I think all of us here can be of support to him, and maybe we can also hold his grandma in our hearts if people want to dedicate merit wherever she wishes to go. I think she was a Catholic, so let's go maybe to the heaven.
I hope that she booked ticket already to the heaven, and she pretty soon meet the God, holy God.
Yeah.
I have actually no doubt, because the good life leads to this destiny. And
so what's her name again?
Alicja Żywiecka.
Alicja Żywiecka. So people can hold her in your hearts. Okay, so next what we have in our schedule is we do 3 steps, 1 bow. And for those who wish to join, we recite the Samantha Bhadra's repentance verse in English first, and then we bow. Okay? 好，我们可以开始了。